Hi guys, my name is Emily Schmidt and I am the director of the Dream Shakers team. I hope everybody's having a great day. Let's see, just getting some things set up because this is different for me. I normally just record on my phone, but I'm doing things a little different. So, to start all over, my name is Emily Schmidt. For those who may or may not know me, I am and the director of the Dream Shakers group. I wanted to do a 5-part series on our leadership expectations. Um, I'm going through them again because I feel like every leader needs to revisit them at some point. Throughout the business, your business is going to change, my business is going to change, and we always need to like recap and go back to where we started. So I know I have a lot of upcoming um, amazing leaders on my team, and so I want to share my side of things so they can learn from all different kinds of directors, star directors, and superstar directors, along with my experiences as well. So, so we're going to be talking about um, the preparing. So preparing to be a leader, and that's the first step out of the 5 fundamentals. Okay, so when you're trying to be prepared to be a leader, it doesn't just magically happen. Like directors and star directors and superstar directors, they don't magically promote. They work hard and they set goals and they plan ahead of time and they prepare themselves and their team for what they want. Um, so me as a director, I want to hit star director, but I can't just promote to star director. You have to have things to get to that point, correct? So you have to have directors underneath your team. You have to have high PRV, and then TWV has to be a certain point as well. So, um, you have to be prepared to be that leader that has 2 directors on their team and has a big team and has to get that PRV. You have to be mentally, physically, and just like overall prepared to hit those goals, maintain those goals. Um, because, being a director or promoting to anything doesn't just magically happen. Okay, we have to prepare ourselves to what we're going to achieve. Okay, if you guys don't already know, if you're a director, you have to work for that title because that title can be taken from you like that, and that's that. All the other titles, once you earn it, that's your title. But director is like the middle, and it's really hard to maintain that. But if you can maintain that, you're ready to move forward. Um, Being prepared means leading with intentions. So if you're going to do one thing, you're doing that one thing because you want another. And then you're going to do this thing because you want another. Okay? So you're going to keep doing. Why would you, for example, why would you send out samples if there's no intention of doing anything with that person you're sending samples to? Right? So if you're going to send out samples, what's your intentions behind that? Oh, to it's an icebreaker. Try to figure out what they like. Figure out what they um what they like. Maybe if they never use Scentsy at all, maybe educate them on that. Maybe get a party out of it. Whatever it is, set up your intentions to be pure and correct, okay? Because we don't just send out samples to send out samples. I mean, if we do, that's great, but we always plan and we are prepared with intentions to do something with what we're preparing for. Um, so, to roll back into being a leader, there's different things. Um, and there's so many different systems and there's so many different things that you can do as a leader. And I've been doing this for 3 years. I've been a leader for about 3 years. I got my first recruit 2 months after. And so I've definitely been through the ringer, up and down, trying to figure out what works best for me. So I have a system, and I'll show you guys in a second, but when you're trying to figure out the system that works for you, that's going to be the best thing for your business. Because just because it worked for me, because it worked for other leaders, doesn't mean it's going to work for you. Everybody is different. Everybody learns different, and everybody moves to success differently. Okay, so here's 4 tips that I want you to ask yourself when you're looking for new systems. I've done tons of systems and I've let go of tons of systems, and I finally found one that worked for me. It might have taken 3 years, but it works for me. So the 4 things I want you to ask yourself when you're doing a system is think about what helped you when you joined. Okay, so when you joined, you're looking at this system, be like, if my leader or spouse did this system with me, would it help me? Okay. Another thing is, do you wish that you maybe had that system when you joined or in the beginning? Okay, so kind of the same thing, but like, do you wish you had this? Is it beneficial? Because it could actually be beneficial, but could it really help you? That's the main thing. Okay. And then another thing is, I want you to think about what helped you get to where you are. It doesn't have to be right when you started, what your sponsor or leader did for you or with you. It's just little things. So if maybe having booking blitzes worked for you, then maybe train your team to do more party bookings or whatever it may be. Things that maybe your sponsor did or did not do with you can change your business, because again, everybody is different and everybody can learn differently. Okay. And then also, one thing, think about how when you started to get your team members, whether you have 1 or whether you have 100, how did you get those people? How did you get them? Because eventually you're going to have leaders on your team that want to know how you did it. And so I want you to always remember, how did you do it? Because let me tell you, I'm pretty sure I didn't get my whole team the exact same way. It was all different. Some were random. Some were just random joiners. Some people were hobbyists. Some people were just like, hey, that looks fun. I'm going to be a kidnapper. It's all different, okay? So just think about all the different ways that people might join, and then maybe think of a system for each, or maybe think of a system that's going to cover all of those, okay? So one system that I do is a 70-day checklist with my team members, because you want to make sure that you, as a leader, start your systems early, because if your team sees that you're starting your systems early and they see how successful those systems are, then they're going to be like, hey, I have to start a system now, because what you do on day 1 is going to affect how you do or you provide for your business and for your team members and for your customers 2 years from now. Okay, so remember, what you do on day 1 and what you teach people on day 1, whether it sticks or not. Because if you teach them, oh, you have to do a system or whatever, they're going to find a system. It might not be the system that you like or what you understand, but it's a system. And as long as they're using a system and it's working for their business and they are successful, that's all that matters. You are doing your job as a leader by giving them the tools to find what works for them. You don't have to give them what works for them. You have to let them find what works for them. Again, I went through tons of systems. I went through my sponsor system. I went through my other cousin's system. I went through my superstar directors systems. I went through all of them. And trust me, I didn't pick one. I ended up picking one, and then I picked another one and took branches off of it. So I made my own, and it worked for me. Okay. So one thing I do want to talk about is when you do get that team, you're going to have a lot to take on. You're going to still try to get your PRV, and you're going to still try to be booking those parties. You're still going to be trying to grow a team. So how are you going to maintain new people and still maintain your business? So simple enough is scalable systems. Scalable systems, I used to think is like a Monday through Friday, this day is this day, is for this day is for this. And that's kind of what it is. But I do something a little different, in which I will share with you guys as well. But I want to also tell you guys about scalable systems. So some people do scalable systems the very generic way. I did it when I first started being a leader, and it worked perfect for me. And then I got to being a bigger team, and I had to change it. And I'll explain that. So a scalable system, it helps you achieve big goals into small elements. So small little steps achieve a big goal. So when you are sponsoring, I have it all written down here in a little chart right here. So if you're sponsoring and you have a team, it's not huge, but it's not like itty bitty either. It's like a team. You want to have time for your business, you want to have time for your customers, and you want to have time for your team and anybody who needs your help. So you have to split off your time, okay? And of course, what else is going to fall in there? You have your family, you have maybe an outside job, you have to work in there. So everybody's scalable system is going to be different because everybody's life is different. I have a full-time job. I'm a Cincy consultant. I have a big team. I work from home. I have a kid. I have a husband. So my systems are going to be way different than everybody else's, right? So scalable system. So the generic scalable system, which you can find this in the workstation, is going to be a Monday through Friday kind of shift. And so Monday, you focus on your hostess. If you have any parties going on that week, or you have any parties going on that month, take Mondays to reach out to them, to get them to do host coaching calls, to just get them set up, whatever. And even if you don't have any parties, use Monday to book parties, to get ready, okay? Tuesdays people use for customers, so follow-ups, thank yous, text messages, just things like that, things you need to do with your customers, whatever it may be. If you don't have any customers, I recommend doing a Facebook group and then maybe just scheduling posts in your Facebook group for that week or something. Okay, so it does benefit your customers to a certain point. Wednesdays is team day. So if you have a team group, then get in that team group, do a team training, do team Zooms, whatever you want to do. Wednesdays is team day. Do team happy mail, do team emails, whatever you do for your team, do it on Wednesday. Thursday is going to be for any recruits that you think might actually be interested in joining. Maybe talk to them a little bit more about it, see their ins and outs of it, and just look for those people. So take again Thursday to have those joining conversations, to talk to people about joining, the ins and outs of it all. Okay, so just recruiting that day. Okay. And then Friday is going to be your team leaders. So I consider team leaders to be leads and up. Okay, I don't have any directors on my team, so right now it's like leads and up. And so if you're a leader higher, I'm going to talk to you because you have a team, right? So I might do leadership emails, I might do leadership one-on-one text messages, whatever it may be. But of course, you're going to have those leaders that don't need you to check in on them all the time, which is fine. And some will tell you that, and don't take it personal. It's just, we got to remember, this is their business, okay? But that is a very simple Monday through Friday scalable system, okay? When you have a big team like myself, I do, so big team by myself. What I do is, if they are brand new, they're in their 70-day trial, I do a 1 to 70 day system with them, which I will attach this in the descriptions below, but it's a 70-day checklist. I got this from Mallory Thompson. She's amazing. SSD for Fragrance Fanatics. But it's like day 1, after 72 hours, the end of week 1, after 15 days, 30 days, and then this is the 70-day mark. So this is a really cute, I love this. This is my favorite. When they join, I print this out, I put their name at the top, and I put it in my binder. And that is my checklist for that person. And that is my 70-day checklist, okay? So that's 1 through 70 days, okay? Now, so 71 to however long they want to be a consultant. I do weekly emails. I do weekly emails to my frontline. Just my frontline, okay? Just my frontline weekly emails with top PRV, with top TWV, with top sponsors. It's basically like a shout out email. I send out training reminders, so it's like a big newsletter, and it has like all the top 5 PRV people and stuff like that. And then it talks about any of the weekly trainings going on in the big groups or on Sensei's Facebook page, and then any like LTOs that are coming out. It's like a reminder, and then my contact info as well. Those are on the weekly leadership emails. Those are only for my frontline, and so far they've been doing pretty good. And then for my big group, I do a monthly newsletter, and that goes out the first of every month, and it has my top 10 PRV, top 10 TWV, and then top 10 sponsors if I have that many. And then I do basically the same thing as the weekly, but they just get a shorter version of it, and they only get it once a month because I'm giving my leaders, the ones who get the weekly, my frontline people, I'm giving them the opportunity to take that newsletter, create something for themselves, and send it to their team, because they are not my team. Even though if they were to reach out, I am going to take care of them. But I'm giving my leaders an option to be prepared and to maybe start a newsletter or maybe reach out to them independently. However they want to do their scalable systems or however they want to do their systems, they have the opportunity to do so. Okay, so with starting a new recruit and a new team member, a big team, whatever it may be, there's a couple of different worksheets out there, and I will tag them and drop them below for you. Excuse me, talking so fast. When you get a new team member, I'm not always prepared for these, but I do have a drawer of stuff that I know, like, oh, these would be cute for new recruits or whatever. And so I'll get them and I'll just stick them in that drawer. And so I have something. So the things you have to remember when you have a new recruit and you want to start them on the right path and you want to be prepared and give them the option to be prepared. The things that I have written down here, I'll go over with you. But most of the things I'll have to go over with you is on this 70-day checklist. That's why I love this, because most of the stuff that they want you to send to them is already on here. So you're going to hit those points anyway. I always send a welcome packet. My welcome packet is not expensive. It's really, really like non-expensive. I got a pack of these stickers, the come to my launch party stickers. I got a whole bunch of them, and I got the big sheet and I cut them up. So I have tons of these. And then I bought a whole bunch of these. You can find them on the workstation, Vistaprint. It just says, welcome to my team. It's a postcard, so I just put a welcome note on there. And then, like, thanks for joining my team. No, maybe a scratch and sniff. And so I will send this to them along with a Scentsy nail file, and then some of these stickers. Just little things that be like, thank you for choosing me. Thank you for letting me help you start this business, okay? So it's kind of like just a welcome packet. I know you're probably thinking, well, isn't a welcome packet normally have like information and stuff? Yes, you're absolutely right. But I love saving money. So I will send stickers. I will send a postcard. That's probably like maybe a total of $1, $2 for me to ship to them. And then I will email, or I normally will email or message them everything that they need, including my information, Scentsy support information, links to the team groups, info on trainings, shooting star information, and then sensational star information. But like I said, on this amazing 70-day checklist, it has all of that information. So on day 1, what are we doing? Half of the things on there. What are we doing after 2 or 3 days? Half the stuff on there. So this checklist literally saved my life, because I had no system for having people, like I would be excited to sponsor a new person, and then for some reason, after a week, I don't hear from them, they don't hear from me, and they end up falling off, right? Um, but other than the 70-day checklist to being a good sponsor right out of the gate, there is also, you can find this on your workstation, but this is the daily power hour. Okay? The daily power hour helps you be prepared for not only recruiting, but it also helps you get prepared for still maintaining your business. Okay? Do not forget, you have a business too. Okay? Your team members are not your employees. No, they're not your employees. They are somebody who wanted to be on this journey with you. So please, please, please just realize that you still have a business for yourself to do. So make sure that you set them up to be successful, and then maybe share this with them. If this works for you, share this with your team and be like, hey, I started doing something new, and I'm sorry I didn't tell you guys about this sooner, but let's try this, something simple. But these two things have been lifesavers for me in my personal business, and I know some of my team members love this stuff as well. So, but it's all about being prepared. It's all about being prepared for yourself. Like, you have to be mentally educated and mentally prepared to take on other people, because let me tell you, me as a mom, I know how it feels to be needed or wanted by a small child that doesn't know much, right? So just think about when you first joined, you didn't know anything about workstation, about being a leader, about being a consultant. You definitely didn't know how to freaking sell something, right? Unless you did. But just think about it. Think about all the things that you didn't know. Because I didn't know how to get free stuff by getting a party under my own name. Like, what? But now it's like, why don't you do that? So even though it is, and it does get frustrated, just remember that when they join under your team, there is something about you that makes them want to join your team. Okay? So if you guys have any questions about how to be more prepared, please check out all the scalable systems on the workstation on YouTube. YouTube has tons of Sensei consultants out there who are bomb at scalable systems. I was going to show you guys this. So my scalable system, I have a lot that goes into planning, and just me personally, I would rather have a to-do list every single day. And just telling me, okay, Monday I'm going to do my team, or I'm doing my party host. Like, but what? Like, I need to have an exact, like, okay, how am I doing this? Or what am I doing on that day with my team, or whatever it may be. So what I started doing is I will literally, so if I know on Monday I need to do team day, what with my team do I need to do? I will write everything that I need to do this week with my team and make sure that I do it on that day. Okay? So it is the exact same thing as scalable systems. It's the exact same thing as scalable systems, but I have to know what I am doing on that day, or I lose track of time, and I have to be very detailed about what I have to do. But that's me. Some people are just like, okay, I'm going to do my team day. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm going to do it. And that's fine. And that's fine because everybody is different. I am very detailed. I'm a pen and paper type of person. But there's tons of scalable systems out there. So make sure to find one. Make sure to get prepared. And that's just step one on being a leader. So check out part 2. And I will talk to you guys very soon. Bye, guys.